You ready for this haircut? What's up YouTube, it's your boy El Gallo Negro. Today we're going to be doing self haircut. So what I'm going to be doing is the usual tapers. So right now what I'm doing is using my trimmer to create my first bald line. I jumped straight into it. It's kind of cornered out. I did use my phone to record this. I tried to get it the best I could. I'm still working on angles. I will be dropping bi-weekly or every 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I want to drop a video of me cutting my own hair. Also, let me know what you think of this beat. I am working on beats by myself now, so I am creating my own beats now. I want to be original. I don't really like the options that I'm given since they do copyright. So I've been doing this thing where I make my own beats for my future videos. Alright, so I did get a little sidetracked. Right here we're done with our first step, which is your lever open after creating your bald line. So right there I'm making sure I hit right behind my ear. I don't really do the back myself since I don't have the mirror I want. The mirror I want is a 3-way mirror, so I'm just using the one I do have. It's actually hung up in front of me and then the phone is next to me, so I am looking at literally 2 different mirrors / angles. So here I took my half guard, open, 2 close, the same process. I am going to be going up to the 1.5. I want to keep it a little darker now since it's going to be a little colder, so I don't want to go too short, but I still like it pretty short. As contradicting as that sounded, it just makes sense, you know. So after this is the 1.5. I open it, I go all the way to the top and then blend it out, you know, close it a little bit, go lower, close it all the way, and then eventually taking out that line. Sometimes when you can't take out that line from the half open to the 1, you go back and you use your half and you use flick out motion. You don't want to go too deep because then you will push your half too high, meaning the number 1. So it's a little tricky, a little confusing. Like I said, once you get the hang of it, you know, you'll be alright. This is the 1.5 guard right there. I believe I use this for my lining. That's why I just touched it up. The lining I wanted to stay a little darker. I'm still growing it out since I got pushed back from one of the other barbers here. So I'm still growing it out, trying to make sure that it comes back to life. Alright, like I told you earlier, I am going back to the half guard right here. There was a little line, you might have not seen it, but I did. So yeah, man, you know what? These lights are actually pretty bright when you're doing a self haircut, so it does hurt the eyes. I need glasses, but I don't really wear them just because there's so much light in the shop. It kind of like creates a lot of glare in the glasses and it doesn't allow me to see as well. So that's mainly the reason why I don't wear my glasses. But here we are onto the beard. We're going to just blend it in. I want to keep it dark. I'm not going to trim it, so I'm just going to mess with the top. Slight little fade on the beard. I'm going to be using the number. I'm going to go up to the number 1. So we're going to go from 0 to number 1. Keeping it dark, simple. Alright, so I kind of did just lie. I went up to the 1.5 and then I think I used a little bit of the 2 just because those little hairs bothered me. That's the 1.5 right now, and then I do pop on the number 2 and just to get a little bit of the hairs, not much.
One, two. One, two.
Alright, so this is one of the hardest parts on the self haircut. I can't guarantee you that's a straight line. For the most part, in my eyes, it was. But yeah, that's one of the one of the hardest spots to hit up is the side of the beard. So here, I'm trimming up my mustache with the lever open, so meaning a half. I like my mustache pretty short. I don't really like it thick anymore. It's just kind of looks ugly. But yeah, for my skin, it's really delicate, so I can't really use a razor on the cheeks, cause you know I get the little irritation, and it just doesn't look right. Alright, so a little hack right here, a little tip. The best way to keep that lining dark is to not go against it, so go with it, meaning from top to bottom instead of just forcibly going up to it, into it. It will just leave it a little darker. It'll trim it up a little bit. We do want to keep my lining a little darker, so we're just going to use the one lever open and going down with it, keeping it as dark as possible.
One, two. One, two.
Alright, so I'm just making sure that all the little hairs are gone. Gotta brush it down. Make sure that none of the long hairs go down. Just brushing it. Make sure I don't need to hit any areas. And now it's ready for that lineup. Alright, so here I'm going to be showing you my lining. It is very light, even though I try to keep it dark. It's always been this light. That corner right there is pretty light. The other side is kind of the same thing. So it's a little tricky for me to get lined up by anybody else because nobody really leaves it how I want it. The right side has always been higher than the left, and that's just how I like it. I've had people try to match it up and it just doesn't look right. You'll see right now what I'm talking about. Alright, so this side, always start in the middle and work your way towards one side, and then once again go back to the middle and go towards the other side. Alright, for all of you that made it this far, I will be doing this little challenge. Anybody who comes to get a haircut by me, I'm going to give you 3 cards, pass them out. If you get one person to come in here and say that, hey, so-and-so gave me this card, recommended me, I will give you half off of your haircut for recommending that person and passing out those 3 cards. So that's what I will be doing. Any of you who watched this far, all you have to do is leave a comment that you want to join, or shoot me a DM, or tell me in person, and I'll hand you those 3 cards. Get somebody to go out there and get a haircut, and you won yourself half off.
One, two.